Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we're going to be playing some Token Crusader on the ladder. I had a lot of success with this version of Token Crusader yesterday on stream. I went 19-5 with it, from around the mid-50s at Legend to the top 20 again. So I'm pretty happy with the build as it stands. I always adjust a couple cards here or there with these kind of token decks, although the general concept of flooding the board and hopefully buffing all the creatures with cards like Divine Fervor remains the same. In today's version, I'm still playing 2 Dawnstar Healers to fight other aggro decks, still playing. Oh, actually took out Phalanx Exemplars for Hoffinger Marauders for more of an aggressive approach, playing the Dawnbreaker in case you run into any Endurance decks with Dark Guardian, etc. It's a very good card against those. And while I do really like Raiding Party or even just regular Nord Firebrands in here, didn't really have the space for them. I wanted to maximize my copies of Rift Thane, Priest of the Eight, etc. Even was thinking about Eastmarch Crusader. But there are a lot of different ways you can take this deck. This is just the most recent version I was playing, so let's take it to the ladder, hopefully take some more wins. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, stay subscribed for more Legends content, and follow my stream in the description. I'll see you next time. We've got a scout, and that's good news because we are typically pretty favored. I do like Rift Thane on curve as just a 4-2 to start punching against scout, but I'd like to find another 1-drop, or a 1-drop I should say. And we found one, good.
Wait, did you hear that?
The Night Mother slays scout. He draws a critical card on time. Alright, we could go 5th Legion makeshift defenses, but I think kind of just want to develop the Rift Thane now.
I'll take them with me. Push them back.
Still have the defenses in our hands, so if we do draw a Pit Lion, we can just play the defenses in the right and drop the Lion down. Because if I was going to do this play last turn, I would have played this left, because it would have helped against a Fighter's Guild or something. That's not ideal.
Training is over. It's time to act.
Even if I did draw a Pit Lion next turn, I can now play the Black Dragon, which I think I'd rather play on turn 4 regardless.
If I fall, the haste will reclaim me.
Well, on the bright side, he's basically out of cards. No more gas left in the tank. And we can even try to preserve the 5th Legion Trainer if we want. We might have to delay Hoffinger for a turn if we do so.
The Dark Brotherhood is a pox, and I shall cure it.
Also, I guess this line is a little bit weaker to Astrid than just double trading in, because we're letting him get a contract if he does have exactly Astrid, and even 2 contracts at that point. But I think long term, he's pretty much out of cards, so preserving the 5th Legion Trainer kind of makes sense here. Not that he really has a whole lot down there, it's just going to be this.
I am death. You can't defeat me.
Do not travel this way. I wasn't looking for trouble. If I fall, the haste will reclaim me. If I fall, the haste will reclaim me.
It's very fortunate they have to go in the same place as the Falkreath. I think there was a bug for a while where like you got it back and it was placed in a random lane, like you couldn't really control it, like Gortwog. That was awkward. But fortunately, it's working as intended now. How slow do I want to take it? I do think I should imprison that now, because he can start attacking this lane basically. I can actually get an imprison for value.
Soldiers, report. Your orders, your orders. The Eight protect us.
You can't defeat me.
Do not travel this way. Thank you.
We fight for
You
all
can't defeat me.
It's pretty good.
I hear and obey. Into the breach.
Leave now.
A +5/+5 and a +1/+1. At no point did he play a Greybeard Mentor this game. That is most disappointing.
Can you please help me?
What have we here?
Drawing last because you just can, man. He already had the most important card. Oh, my sadness. Alright. Well. You can just play defenses left. Need to trade into that. Next turn. If I don't draw Imprison number 2. Which I don't. But that is a pretty solid draw. That could give me a silence here. I guess we check for that first.
We stand.
Wait. Did you hear that?
I got you covered.
He can drain back up to 20, but if he trades into the 2/2 and then my 4/1, there's a chance I can keep my Hoffinger alive, even though I know he's playing cards like Leaf Lurker. To be fair, I did sort of mill him from Fighters Guild recruits, so drawing the 3rd Drain Vitality was a little bit more likely than it would have been otherwise. It was kind of an inconsequential amount of cards, but still.
People are so trusting.
Whisper your need to the scales.
We have 14 damage, and I'm tempted to send it all to face. We could trade with that. Then we deal 12 damage. Put him at 8. Probably find 2. Keep something alive, which might be relevant, right?
A little distraction might
I'll
prove
take them with me. Don't mess with me. Leave nothing. Come at me. I will push them back.
Mother of mine. Hate to see this.
Can you please help me?
Need to get Mother some flowers.
Okay, we should have him here, as long as we don't hit some crazy prophecy. Likes of which I don't even know.
For the rift. Don't mess with me.
Well, we got triple drain vitalities, and we still pulled it out. Poor Slate Scout. Spellsowrd this time. Again, I think I like Riftane. It can either be used defensively against tokens or offensively as a 4/2 against the class without firebolts and only executes. And I think I like it so much. Just gonna start playing them right now. Start pushing them back, as he said.
I smell the stench of the living.
We can push that back, I believe.
Training is over. It's time to act.
Did you hear that? Whisper your need to the scales.
The second game in a row we play against a stalking Shadow Scale. So he looks like he's mid-range Spellsowrd. Definitely don't think he'd play that in control. I'm not seeing a great way to deal with it either. I can't actually imprison that to kill it because that's not yellow. It looks yellow because we have a premium makeshift defenses, but it's not. So I think I just have to Riftane, and I don't think I'll be trading with that next turn, but I think I just set up for a good Hoffinger Marauder turn.
I'll take them with me. I will put them back.
Probably isn't worth imprisoning for the shackle right now. If I tapped that Cloud Rust Illusionist, that could be better than Hoffinger. Maybe. So my placement was pretty punished just now. It's interesting. If I draw Cloud Rust Illusionist, I really want to play that over here. But if I draw Pitline, I really wanted to play it over there. Fortunately, I have a backup plan, which is just smacking face for a bunch and trying to roll some good items. I guess that's as good as we can do. Interesting how that works, right? Strange stuff. I could actually deal with this board entirely, like trade here, double trade with the Haunting Spirit, and have a 6/3 Hoffinger by itself, which is pretty prone to Javelin. But I honestly think I should just be the aggressor here. Although most mid-rangey and control decks would definitely take these trades without even thinking about it. Pretty fantastic stuff.
For the rift.
I also don't think mid-range Spellsowrd typically has that many prophecies. Like, definitely Cloud Rust and probably Jabs, but that's about all I can think of. Cleric of Kind, maybe. Hopefully one of those things sticks around on the left so I can play Pit Lion. More than likely away from the left lane at this point, because Haunting Spirit is going to get a buff on something. That's exactly how it's going. So yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I like the aggressive line we took, and we could just go all face again. We could just attack that. I don't know if that really does too much for me. I do want to play this first, because if he javelins like this for some reason, all of a sudden we have a problem. Actually, I think I go face here for 2, and then I get double proc on just this one, force the jab there. This lane is never just killing me next turn. Yeah, it makes this the obvious jab target, so there's like no chance that he has to do anything with this. But I mean, if I get an item on this, it's just gonna die to these anyway, so might as well commit. Hey, it's a Cleric of Kind. The least threatening prophecy we could possibly imagine. So you can trade there. If he javelins this or edicts this, it's almost his entire turn, and we only have 8 damage after that, so we'd have to find a little bit of damage, but we have a way to buy a little bit more time. Just gonna go for the old Hoffinger and Prey plan too, right? Alright.
I am defeated.
It's kind of a fun one. I don't think this is a hand I can really keep any of. Although I am tempted to keep Hive Defender on Faith because it's so good with the Ring Against Warrior aggressive decks. Orcs, mid-range, aggro. I'm gonna Faith keep the Hive. And we are gonna draw a 2-drop or a 1-drop or both. What a troll. Okay.
Wait! Did you hear that?
We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Yeah, I might just have to go for the Crusader's Assault. Looks like the line.
Take them with me!
Hey, it's pretty good. It draws 2 cards and deals a little bit of damage. And Protector of the Innocent's not telling me too much about the deck, but I'm just gonna assume it's mid-range until proven otherwise. I'm gonna assume that fighting for the board is important, and it looks like that assumption is basically correct. So now we get to see how good the Hive Defender on turn 3 is. This is why we sacrificed a little bit of card quality in our hand. For this exact play, the power spike of a turn 3 hive against whatever he could do to it. So this should put us in a really good spot, but we're going to feel pretty bad about it. It forces him right out of the field lane, I like it. I do want to deal with that.
Training is over. It's time to act.
Protect us.
Okay, since I might ally next turn, I think I'm going to play this now. Could wait for like the 2nd, 5th Legion trainer. I don't know. Honestly, I could see pretty much anything in my hand being decent next turn depending on what he does here. That could be pretty good.
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
Right behind you.
So super red heavy. So we are definitely going to be trading there. What else do I want to do? I think I want to start smacking a bit.
Leave nothing.
You can't defeat me.
That attack might have been a little bit risky, honestly.
Training is over. It's time to act.
Report. Your orders. Your orders.
I did have one game on stream yesterday where I managed to get out the rare 3 5th Legion trainers at once. I'm so sorry, Nicole, if you're watching this. I remember that game fondly. I did not expect Fell the Mighty in this deck. Or Rapid Shot. Went from an aggro deck to not really quickly. Alright, so, well, that's a Hoffinger drop, which means you should probably consider playing it. We have 10 damage, that means 2 procs, and... yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. We don't need to deal with that, I don't think. What's the worst that could happen? He plays a Wood Orc Headhunter?
We fight for all Skyrim.
Yeah, get that summon effect again, makeshift defenses.
You can't defeat me. You can't defeat
We could try to
me.
buff this out of range of that attack. I suppose that's better.
You can't defeat me.
They're pretty average. 2-2 and a 2-3 of stats. No additional effects.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Guard my hand. Right behind you.
So again, we should have lethal here. And if we don't have lethal, we can make like a Hive Defender play or something like that.
Acknowledged. For Skyrim.
The Crusaders' assaults did something. One of them was played very early, one of them was played the last turn of the game. They're definitely the weak point of the opener, though.